Greetings everyone, I hope you're well. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I created this 3-piece set which recites Tawakkul, Shukr and Sabr at the top. It's really quick to create but still gives a lovely, simple and uplifted style. So let's get straight into it. So you will need 3 stretched canvases. I got mine from Hobbycraft and they are 14 by 11 inches wide and all stretched canvases. First thing I do is remove all the packaging and put the stretches in the back, as you can see. Next, you'll just need some white acrylic paint and a flat wash brush to apply your paint. I applied about 1 layer, but you can apply 1 to 2 depending on the opaqueness of your paint. After applying paint on all 3 of my canvases, I'm going to leave them to aside to dry whilst I mix up my texture paint for my first swatch. So you'll need a nice big mixing palette and all the colours of your choice. I'm using burnt umber, black, cadmium yellow, green earth and white acrylic paint again. I'm also using this texture paste from Liquitex as well. You will also need a spatula to mix up your paste, and I start off by getting some texture gel out and then adding each of my colours one at a time until I am happy with the shade of green. And I do start off by the lighter shade of green and then I work my way to the darker shades, and this is the shade of green I am left with. Using the same spatula, I mark out on my canvas where I want my stroke of paint to start, and then I just apply the whole paste on and work with it. I just make my own pattern and I mess around with it until I am happy with how it looks. And I've also added in 2 clips on the side which show how I did the other 2 shades of green. As you can see, I made the different shades of green to do a swoop in different directions, so it gives a bit more uniqueness to each canvas, and this is how they look. So the next steps are to let your paintings dry for at least 24 hours. If they are still wet or the lumps of texture is still squishy, let them dry for longer. You need to make sure it's completely dry before you start applying on your calligraphy. An important thing to notice is make sure you leave your paintings to dry flat and not hang up. So now my paintings have completely dried. It's ready for my calligraphy sketch, and I've already sketched on my calligraphy off camera, but this is how it looks like. I've sketched on Shukr, Sabr and Tawakkul. To paint on my calligraphy, I'm going to use white acrylic ink from Daler Rowney, and if you follow me, you know this is my go-to for all of my calligraphy, and I'm going to use this flat end brush. I do prefer to get some of my ink out into a little pot beside me so I can shut my bottle because I've spilt my ink pots too many times. And then yeah, this is the relaxing part of the video now. You can just watch me paint all of my Arabic calligraphy sketches. One thing to note, if you do use acrylic ink like me and you pick white, as you can see it's not very opaque, but sometimes people like the look of when you can see like the brush stroke and it's not completely opaque, it's a little translucent. But if you do want just an opaque solid white, you will need to do about 2 to 3 layers. And after I let my first layer dry, I did apply 2 more, and make sure you let each layer dry completely before adding the second or third layer on top. Okay, so this is how my calligraphy turned out with 1 layer of white. As you can see, it's a little opaque. I don't mind the style, but I did prefer to add another 2 layers. As you can see here, it's completely opaque and I really like the look of this. The next and final step is to just apply some gloss varnish spray. I used a varnish spray from PPO. You can use any varnish you like, and this is the final look. It was a really quick and easy process and only about 2 days, so if you do try this out, do let me know, and also comment what else I should create. Please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified for when I next upload. Thanks for watching.